Join me for an adventure, won't you? Okay, let's go. So I've made it to my departure gate. No thanks to Irish public transport. I'm here a good hour later than I expected, but being the sensible human that I am, I always leave a buffer room. But from where I live, I have to get a bus from my house into the city centre and from the city centre out. So I booked an airport express, as it's called, or Dublin Express or whatever, and £7. Booked it on their website yesterday evening. And then I get to where I was supposed to get it from, Custom House Quay, and there's a giant concert slash protest happening. It's a pro-immigration concert and protest, which fine, I'm totally on board with. But neither Dublin Bus or this Dublin Express none of their online services said there was going to be a protest on, and that buses won't be departing or departing from somewhere else. So I asked the attending Gardaí, what do I do? They were like, maybe go to O'Connell Street, which, if you're not familiar with Dublin, about 5 minutes away, but then the street itself is it could take you 20 minutes to walk from end to end. But I got a bus and I'm here and I'm on time, thankfully. I've picked up, as you probably saw in my little montage, Evo, the latest issue of Evo. And I'm going to read before I get on the plane, and probably on the plane as well, because that's what you do when you're travelling. I got it mainly, it's Evo and it's a good read, but mainly because Jethro Bovingdon has an update on his infamous purple, pink, whatever colour you want to call it, 996, because recently his the standard engine in the car, the 3.6, skipped timing, and he was told it would have to be rebuilt. So he decided, well, maybe let's try something different. So he's done a full 991.1 4-litre conversion into it, and this is the first write-up he's done on it, so I'm intrigued to hear the tale. I'm going to sit down now and drink a coffee, and next time you see me I'll either be on the plane or getting off the plane. So, the rental car gambit, booked, MX-5 or similar. What did we get? No similar or bullshit for me. I'm happy with this because I wanted the MX-5. I haven't driven an MX-5 since a Taddy NC that I drove in Canada. So the ND got voted the 5th best sports car in the last 25 years on piston heads. So I'm excited. I assume it's the 2-litre. I don't know how you tell, but a full review in time, because I want to rush to my hotel because it's now 9:30 and I have a 2-hour drive ahead of me. Snug. I'm a tall gentleman, but I am a tight squeeze in an MX-5. Let's put it that way. But yeah, let's get motoring. I haven't said where I am yet. I don't know if you've actually worked it out, but we'll wait until I get to my final destination. But I've flown into an airport, and I now have another 2 hours before I get to my hotel. I'm sure I'll see you again en route.
Maybe there's some high speed sections, if that gives it away anymore. Okay, talk to you again soon, bye. My, I wouldn't say distaste of convertible cars as well, no, but I feel like if there's a hardtop equivalent, you shouldn't bother. And in Ireland, or in somewhere as cold as Germany, I don't think they really make a whole lot of sense. But if it's designed as a convertible from the get-go, that's fair enough. But I always believe unless it's raining, you should have the roof down. And it'd be wrong of me, shut up radio, it would be wrong of me to drive around with the roof up, even if it is currently, well, it says it's 11 degrees and it is 10 o'clock at night, but come on, let's do it. That opens pretty easily, I must say. Fuck my fucking life. I'm in the middle of fucking God knows where, fucking Germany, and I have a fucking puncture, and it being a fucking MX-5, of course there's no fucking spare. Roadside assistants apparently are on their way, but we're looking at an hour, and it's fucking 20 to 11 at night. Great. So, sit rep. It is now midnight, local time, and I'm back at Frankfurt Airport. The car was recovered by Rolf, a rather nice German man who works for ADAC. He didn't have a word of English, but he was using Google Translate. I was using Google Translate. We managed to communicate that way. Nice guy. He arranged to take the MX-5 to some garage. He wrote on a card for me and then gave to me. He also rang me a taxi. Taxi man, didn't get his name, but really nice fella, had a bit of English. He brought me back to Frankfurt Airport. It cost me €35, and six were just still open. They closed at midnight, so I got there with about 10 minutes to spare. They were very helpful, to be fair. They've sorted me out with a new rental, which it's not an MX-5, unfortunately. So at this rate, I should get to my hotel at about 12, 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I'll show you now what I got instead of the MX-5. Yeah, not great, but it'll do at this point. So, a bit of a disaster situation, kind of. Well, I say disaster, that's really overselling it. It's an absolute ultimate first world problem. It's shit, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about it because one, obviously there's way shitter things going on in the world. Very, very much so. Two, it actually wasn't that bad to sort out, although I'm a good 2 hours behind schedule. Everyone involved was very helpful, and I am now at least back on the road. This Golf doesn't appear to have any USB slots. Oh, they're there, and of course they're USB-C only, and I didn't bring my USB-C cable with me because I didn't think I'd need it. But yeah, look, could be worse. And also, even just going to get this new rental car, as I was walking through the corridor, there was a family of people sleeping in an alcove in sleeping bags because they're either missed a flight or their connecting flight's delayed or something, so they're obviously sleeping here overnight. So at least I may have a 2 hour drive. I may be running late, but as I said, things could be a hell of a lot worse. So yeah, next time you see me, I'll probably be at the hotel because I'm quite tired and hungry now and I just want to get there. So God bless. So my hotel is over there. It's gone dark. It's 2:10 in the morning. So I don't know, I can't remember what I said to you. Not an easy trip. So I'm not going to complain too much. It's a first world problem, but one car down, what, nearly 3 hours off schedule. I think I might have said I flew into Frankfurt Airport, so I think that gave the game away. It's where I am. Although I flew into Frankfurt and now I'm in Stuttgart, hence the 2 hour drive. And because I'm in Stuttgart and this is a car related channel. You obviously know why I'm in Stuttgart, because it's home of Porsche and Mercedes. So hoping to visit them tomorrow. I can't park in my hotel because you can't park out. You can't get into the car park out of reception hours, and obviously it's 2:10 in the morning, so there's no one at reception. I'm parked on the side of the road. Whether I'm supposed to be or not, I have no idea. But I'm going to get up. I'm going to try and get at least 6 hours sleep anyway. So hopefully 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday, it'll be okay to be parked here. But I'll find out in the morning, because now I just want to crawl into bed and sleep. So until tomorrow, sleep well. I hope I do. God bless. Bye. So day 2, you can call it yesterday a day, which I don't think you really can. Bit of an adventure, to put it mildly, yesterday. But I got here. I've had about 5 hours sleep. It's 8:30 in the morning. So last night when I got in, I was starving. And of course, the only food at 2 o'clock in the morning in the hotel was vending machines, which only took cash, which I didn't have. Google said there was an ATM 3 minutes away. Drove, there wasn't. When I drove back, I was parked on the road because you can't get into the car park, as I explained last night. And my maybe parking space I got outside had been taken, which I was surprised at 2 o'clock in the morning. But there you go, must be hot property around here. So I parked randomly just about 100 meters down the road. So thankfully the car is still here, wasn't towed away or clamped or something. So yeah, now I'm going to start my adventure. So you know I'm in Stuttgart. So I'm going to Porsche and Mercedes today. I'm going to go to Mercedes first, because I have actually been to Stuttgart before, and I've been to the Porsche Museum before, but I didn't manage to mark off the Mercedes Museum last time. I was here last time to see the National in the Porsche stadium, Porsche Arena, wherever it was called at the time, with my ex-girlfriend. And so I thought I'd do it again, because the Porsche Museum, they tend to rotate the stuff anyway, and it's 3 years ago. COVID and all has happened since then. And I've heard Mercedes is excellent. But first up, food and a much needed coffee. So next time you see me, I'll probably be in the Mercedes Museum. Parked beside Bert Mylander's Old Yoke. It's a good start. There's a couple of them knocking around the car park. What? So I'm in the museum. It opens at 9, as it says. So I said I'll just get food and coffee when I get here. But the coffee shop doesn't open until 10. That's good. But there you go. There's a hammer behind me. So that's good.
Mercedes Museum for the first time, I must say. Good museum, very well laid out, lovely kind of Art Deco building, lifts and stuff. Real good spread, good spread of cars, motorsport history going back to the turn before the the turn of the 20th century. Yeah, Sundays clearly isn't a great day to go into the museums, but hey ho. I got in Mercedes just before I started getting too crazy, and I'm about to head into, well, you know where I'm about to head now. And I assume it's going to be very crazy in here, but at least I've been here before. It's just this time I'm a lot less hungover than I was last time. So join me inside, won't you? Okay. Done my museums now, and I've driven into the centre of Stuttgart to maybe or maybe not do some car spotting. We shall see. Looked promising enough on the way in, but if not, I'll probably just stock up some beer and go back to my hotel room and get pissed. Talk to you shortly. An interesting pairing. I think I'll have the white one over the yellow one. It's mint, very mint, almost restored mint. One cool thing about coming to Germany in the winter time is, actually no, maybe these are the factory wheels with centre caps, or the aftermarket, I don't know. We see a lot of very fancy cars but with funky wheels, sometimes steel wheels, because they're mandated to have winter tyres over here. Nice. So I was going to go car spotting, but it's getting dark out, so I gave up on it. So did the two museums, and predictably now I'm in an Irish bar.
Geht ja nicht rein wie die großen andere hier. Er hat eine falsche Größe geordert.
Beautiful, beautiful sunny, crisp morning. Yeah, the sun is splitting the sky. Just want to get that in before I move around the corner here into the shade where the MX-5 that is now a Golf is parked. Yes, so day 3, final day of this shitty pseudo adventure. Yes, I did Porsche and Mercedes yesterday, both great. I'll probably do a roundup either when I get home or when I'm sitting in the airport later. Both great, really good. My original plan was I was going to go to BMW yesterday in Munich. It's a 2-hour drive from here. Do that, and then I was going to do Porsche and Mercedes today. But turns out nowhere of interest is open here on a Monday. so that sucks. So it's 10 minutes to 10 a.m. in the morning local time. I've been to Stuttgart before and done the city, and I wandered around yesterday. I ended up having a few beers last night. Went to the local pub to have one, and then started having the crack with the Scottish bar staff and the American people sitting beside me. So that scientific equation only went one way. Thought I'd be in bits, haven't drank since Christmas, but I'm fine. So yeah, I think I wandered around Stuttgart a bit last night. I've been here before. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the scenic route back to Frankfurt, because I have time. My flight isn't until 9:30 tonight. I'll see if there's anything interesting on the way, or even just have some fun on some non-motorway roads. And then I should get to Frankfurt probably about 2 o'clock-ish, between 2 and 3. I'll have a few hours then to wander around Frankfurt, because I've never been there before, and who knows, I don't think I'll choose to go to Frankfurt again. There are plenty of cities to choose from. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now. Time to get back into the MX-5 and get on the road. For the coffee first, of course.
So I pull in and have a delicious pot of pasta, I think it is, and my coffee from a lovely little cafe called Taraba in Stuttgart City Centre. You should go check that out. So I'd do some reviewing of the trip and the car. We'll go with the car first. The Golf. Yeah, it's a Golf. It feels like a Golf to drive. It's not going to blow your socks off. It's the 1.5 TSI. Pretty lifeless below 2000 RPM, and then after that it's fine. After that you could sit in 6th and it'll pull fine. Again, it's nothing spectacular. On the de-restricted autobahn, I got it up to 210. There's a sticker up here saying max of 210 for the winter tires. I don't know if that's electronically limited to that, because it didn't feel like it wanted to go any quicker than that anyway. Because 210's well, that's 140 miles an hour, I think, isn't it? Give or take. It's got 22,674 kilometers on it. So it's obviously not brand new. It's got physical buttons on the steering wheel, which is good rather than the haptic feedback bullshit. There's too many of them, but it's fine. The cruise control is adaptive cruise control. It's really aggressive. You can play around with how close and how far away it gets, but stuff like if there happens to be someone sitting in the middle lane, which I know they shouldn't be and you shouldn't undertake them, but if you have it set right back and you come up towards them going at a greater speed, it'll really, really jam on the brakes. When I first got on as well, I had the lane keep assist, which again is really aggressive. I got to a contraflow part, and so they were doing some road works, so there was white lines and then some yellow lines, and it just went a bit mad. So thankfully you can turn that off, but you have to go into the fucking touchscreen, into a sub menu to turn it off, like a lot of stuff. Touchscreen, which is the multimedia system for the current Volkswagens, gets a lot of stick. It's crap. Obviously I prefer just to have some fucking buttons for most of the stuff, but it's been working pretty fine. Again, rather than although you have to dig in, stuff like there's symbols here for the heated seats. You click on the symbol for the heated seats. It has the dots underneath for how high the level goes, but you click onto the thing and then it brings up another menu to then actually adjust them. It's just an extra layer, and it should just be a fucking button somewhere. It only has USB-C, which I know USB-C is the future, and my phone is a USB-C, but my travel plug is USB-B. So I only brought a USB cable with me, USB to C, which I think that's a bit of an oversight. It could give you at least one C and one B, maybe. I think it's C's in the back, so I haven't been in the back. It's pretty comfortable, it rides well, it's very well refined in that sense. What else do I need to say about it? Night driving, dash, screen, center console, screen, feedback buttons here light up. There's a little light in here, it lights up. All these for the windows and mirrors and stuff lights up. There's another little cluster of stuff here for lights and stuff. They all light up. The central locking thing lights up. So there's loads of light on in here when you're night driving, except the temperature controls. They never illuminate. You can't see them in the dark, which is just shit like that. As I said, it's pretty well spec'd. Climate control, parking sensors, reverse camera, heated steering wheel, which I turned on by accident. Which it's today it's 11.5 degrees. it's unnecessary, but I say when it gets really cold, it might be a nice thing to have. What else? Oh, stuff like the reversing camera. One, the fucking aspect ratio is terrible, and the mirrors are terrible as well. Both the wing mirrors, they're tiny, and visibility is pretty crap. The rear view mirror is tiny as well, and it's constantly tinted, which I think is stupid. Like, either have it normal or have an auto dimming rear view mirror. It's terrible. But yeah, the reversing camera, the aspect ratio of it is, or like the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the scale of everything is just off. And the thing is, like, when you go into reverse, it comes on fine, but then when you start to go forward again, it stays on for like, I think one time, like it must have been close to 10 seconds, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're driving, especially when you're sat on in a city you don't understand, you want to know where you're going. Stuff like that. It's just little things like that. But as a car, it's nice enough to drive. It's a Golf. It feels like any Golf that you've had since the Mark 6. And even then, the evolution before that wasn't exactly, it was slow. It was slow evolution. I would have preferred to have my MX-5, but I've covered off earlier what happened there. Again, could have been a way worse situation. I don't mind driving on the other side of the road, on the other side of the car. That doesn't bother me at all. I just do dumb things like I try to get my seatbelt from here, and a couple of times I've gone to flick up the electric window and I hit the handbrake, the electronic handbrake. Just dumb shit like that, but me, not the car or anything else other than me being stupid. I do apologise for this being a bit rough and ready around the edges. That whole rental car fiasco on Saturday, was it Saturday I came in? Just started up by itself. It's interesting. Yeah, that kind of threw me off. I got very little sleep then on was it Sunday? I can't remember. When did I get in? What day is it today? It's Monday. So yeah, Saturday night. So I got very little sleep Saturday, and then I got up and went straight to the museums Sunday. And the museums are great. If you've never been to Mercedes, go. If you've never been to Porsche, go. They're both absolutely excellent museums. Sunday's a iffy day to go because it gets busy. Mercedes was grand. I got in early enough, and it only started getting busy as I was leaving. Porsche was very busy. So if you can go midweek, I'd suggest that. You can park at both of them. You pay by the hour at Mercedes. I think I paid $8.50 in total for the time I was there. If you've got a Porsche, you can park in their car park. You can park in the car anyway if you wanted to, if you're just wandering around. But if you go on the tour, it's £4 and you can stay for as long as you want, which is fine. The city is very friendly for driving. It's very car centric. There's fucking multi-story car parks everywhere. There's roadside parking everywhere, although I almost got caught out at my own hotel. Very little cyclists, I've noticed. Just an observation, I'm saying that's a good or a bad thing. There just doesn't seem to be very many cyclists in Stuttgart. But yeah, that's kind of my small summary. I still have a few more hours to go, so I'll probably check in again with you before then. But again, I said, if you managed to watch any of this video, because it was very rough and ready and I was very ill prepared and my head was a bit scrambled. But yeah, I'm going to now eat my pasta and drink my coffee. Okay. Just pulled over in a lovely, this day is lovely, very Germanic little village called Neckarwischheim. As you can see behind me, there's a very, very racy looking Mark II Golf, and then there's a nice STI Pretzel back there somewhere. It's a lovely day, so I pull over. So like this town is just also very German. Don't know what that was, but it sounded good. You know, just check in. Still have a few hundred kilometers to go. So another pit stop in another lovely German village. This one's called Hirschkorn, I think it's called. Stop for another coffee and a croissant. We're about halfway there now to Frankfurt. Probably be there near 4 rather than 3 as originally planned. Then we've stopped off a few times to look at some interesting sights. I chose this town because it was along the main road, and just off the main road I saw a Buick Skylark, as you do. So yeah, this is another beautiful German town. It's another beautiful day. Some of the sights along the way have been great. I've been recording most of it. So yeah, next stop Frankfurt, probably, unless something else distracts me. So I didn't think this fucking VW infotainment shit wasn't that bad. And now, like, when I just have to drive back to the airport, it's been doing this. It's just been doing this for the last like 10 minutes. Even when I turn off the car, get out, completely turn it off, get back in, start it up, same thing. And because the phone is connected to Android Auto in the car, I can't access Google Maps on my phone. Because it goes, oh, you're connected to Android Auto, you can't use your phone while you're connected to Android Auto. Sound. I'm in the middle of Frankfurt City and I have no idea to get to the fucking airport. Okay, so I've made it to Frankfurt Airport. Thankfully made it on time, because trying to get to the drop-off point for the rental cars was chaos, because they're doing building, or construction is the word I'm looking for, so my head's frazzled. Anyway, I left with plenty of time and I got here with plenty of time. Ways saved the day. The infotainment in the Volkswagen had a shit fit, and the one time I really needed it after me singing its praises. Yeah, so look, I've been rambling on too much. Gonna get on my flight, and this might be a video, it might not. It was very snatch and grab. And if you have watched this, if this is a video, thanks, and God bless, talk to you soon. Bye.